Hello, everyone. I hope your day is going well. I want to do a quick book review for you all and then also go into reading bingo for 2015. The book I'm going to review for you guys is Down and Out in Paris and London by George Orwell. He wrote 1984 and Animal Farm, the books you had to read in high school. So I picked this one up about a year ago, Santa Cruz. I wanted to read something that was a little bit more simplistic in the storyline. Most of the books I tend to read, the main character has their necessities have already been met, and now they're just trying to find themselves. This novel, the main character's necessities have not been met, and by necessities I mean shelter, food, and a job. And so that's what the whole storyline is. It's really down and out, like broke, living in poverty in Paris and London, in between the two world wars, or maybe a little bit after World War II. I can't remember the timeline. And it is just the way he describes the hierarchy of homeless people on the street, hunger, like hunger. I mean, you haven't been well fed in months, and the hole that's in your stomach, and the psyche, and how the psyche is affected from being homeless and being idle. Because I think what really affects a lot of men on the street, and interesting enough, he talks a lot about how there's more men that are homeless than women during this time, because this is sort of bad, but women could either hitch themselves to a man during this time so they wouldn't be homeless, or use their body for things we all know to not be homeless. He was saying there was a lot more homeless men than women during this time in the novel. So that was interesting. But what I loved about it the most was how not having a job really affected a man's psyche, being idle. And I think it's just in human nature to want to feel productive and to want to feel needed. So this novel really gets into it. I strongly suggest reading it. Do not read this though if you are going through poverty, or if you are going through finding yourself moment in your life, because it could bring you down. You need to read this when you're in a positive state of mind. Okay. Now, on to a lighter subject, my reading bingo for 2015. As you guys can see, my reading bingo chart, there are a couple of different books I want to read this year, and I decided to make a cute little bingo card out of it. You can Google reading bingo, and you could just seriously copy anybody's reading bingo chart or create your own. One of the genres I want to read this year is a young adult novel. So I picked up Looking for Alaska from John Green. My sister suggested this one for me. It's my first young adult novel I'll be reading, and I wanted to read something that was, intriguing, and because a lot of young adult novels have to deal with someone dying, a football player getting in a car accident, trying to find themselves. That was seriously on the book cover of like at least 3 novels I saw today at the library. Someone getting cancer, or someone who is being bullied at school. Like, it's just also overly dramatic. Anywho, she told me I would really enjoy this one, so I'm excited. It was between this or Beautiful Creatures, and I asked her which one would I get through the fastest, so she told me this one. And then another, I wanted something fun because I work with kids a lot, and I wanted to actually read a children's novel. At first, I was thinking of reading a modern children's novel, but then I decided to, take it back to my childhood and read an American Girl children's book, and I picked this one today at the library, and I actually finished it, and I was very proud of myself. I finished it just like 10 minutes ago. It's called Kit's Surprise, a Christmas time story. I never read the Kit books as a kid. I always liked the Felicity or Samantha or the Mollys. So this one, this character, she is raised during the Depression. So her dad lost his job. They live in Cincinnati, and now they are taking in boarders so that way they could, keep their house and get some money coming in. Um, so it's just really her story, like how, not having money really affects how she feels, about her friends that have money. And it's not even her friends are rich, it's just her friends could afford going to the movies and buying popcorn at the movies. So, how she deals with that. And I thought it was a very sweet book because it's American Girl. And I love the fact that she works really hard to do errands for her mean uncle just so she can give the money to her mom to um, pay the electric bill. And I'm like, that's adorable because most kids today probably don't really have that concern. Well, I don't say most kids. Pretty much most kids in my family don't have that concern, but I think it's always a good lesson to teach young kids that when times are rough, you have to pull together, and also you're never too young to learn how to make a dollar and to spend it wisely. So instead of spending it on the movies, you're spending it on something your family needs. And her parents were very grateful, so I thought it was very sweet. Some other books I want to read this year is I want to read a novel that one of my friends suggests to me. I have a couple of those, so I just got to pick my favorite. And then I want to read a graphic novel this year. So please give me suggestions for a graphic novel because I don't know which one would be best for me. A lot of graphic novels I see have like a superhero on the cover or the character has a sword in their hand, and both of those do not seem very interesting to me due to the fact that I'm not a 13-year-old boy. So yeah, I hope this inspires you to create your own bingo card and read a bunch of different novels and have fun with it. Take care, you guys. Have a great Wednesday. Bye.